I actually think the way we're going, who knows where we'll be next week? We could be in your kitchen next week. The way this is going.
If anybody wants us round early on a Sunday morning, we require breakfast as payment.
And you've not really had to go very far this morning, have you?
No, it's good, isn't it?
So you're very happy. Got out of bed, rolled down, and made us a cup of coffee.
Imagine my mum's surprised when she watches this show later on in the day.
When she wakes up and she's seen that we've been in her kitchen filming. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Sunday morning show. Good morning, Leicester, and thank you, Leicester.
Good morning, Dan, and no problem at all.
What an invite this is. I mean, it doesn't get much more authentic and proper than this.
No, we're in my mum's kitchen for anyone who hasn't...
Borrowing Jane's kitchen.
Yeah, who hasn't realised that yet. So we are... This is where I create some culinary efforts.
And you've been cooking.
I'm cooking a bit of pasta at the moment, actually, for later. Pre-cooking the pasta.
So, what has been going on? So, we're a couple of weeks into full-time YouTubing.
We are, yes.
Torquay Golf Club is no more.
My role has expanded.
Massively.
Increased. I'm now head of social media.
You are, and you are doing a fantastic job at it, by the way. You know, all the comments. And the key to a good social media platform, for anybody out there that's looking to do lots of social media and getting involved and wanting to maybe even grow their social media presence, is content is obviously really, really important, but creating a community, creating conversations is the key aspect to it.
Yeah, I mean, I've always tried on my own personal platforms to respond to as many questions or inquiries or comments as such, as long as they're not offensive or anything like that, because they just get blocked and deleted. But generally, I've always tried to. It's more manageable for me because I'm working on sort of probably a third of the scale of your outlets, I guess. And you obviously doing your editing and other bits and bobs. So I've always tried to do that, to try and grow it myself organically. Yeah. And it has grown nicely. But I've taken over not all of yours.
Well, it's not mine. It's become, so it started off obviously as kind of me, and then it moves into the channel really. So I've kind of tried to line everything into one logo that everybody can kind of see that that's the same logo as the YouTube logo and everything like that.
Yeah,
so
it makes sense, doesn't
really,
it?
really important. Excuse me if you can't understand me. I'm struggling with this throat of mine at the moment, but I've just woken up with a dodgy throat. So, so obviously Leicester being involved in doing that has freed up some time and given him something to sort of really focus on and dial in on. And you've just been responding, haven't you? You've just been creating conversations, which is what it's about.
It's good to talk.
Always good to talk, and you're not afraid of talking.
No, that is quite
absolutely not afraid of talking.
Never struggled in that department.
No. By the way, please show everybody your mug, Bernie. Okay. What is going on here?
I got for my 41st birthday. My mother bought me a mug which says "Hands off Bernie's mug," and I got two of them. So I'm not sure why I got two, but it's a bit. But so that was.
Well, maybe that you can keep one here. And maybe you can keep one at your flat.
So that's my mug.
Yeah. So, that's very nice. So there's no Sunday morning mugs because they're still boxed up as we speak. So another busy week on the channel. Yeah,
Old Fold Manor.
Old Fold Manor, and what a beautiful manor it was.
It was, so North Barnet was the location of the golf course. We actually spent the week after there as well, didn't we? Not in that golf course, but in that particular area.
Which we didn't even know.
No, so we had Nathan, who was a member of Torquay.
Yeah.
He was a junior member, gone right through the ranks, and now he's the golf's operational manager, isn't
Correct.
At Old Fold Manor. He invited us up to vlog the course, which we did. He slightly underplayed how good it was.
Well,
I think,
I don't think it was because he's kind of a member there as well. I suppose he didn't want to sell it quite as well as, he just wanted... He basically wanted our opinion of it straight off the bat. He didn't want to give anything away. He didn't want to say anything. He just wanted our opinion on it.
Yeah.
Nathan has been hunting down a career in the golf industry for some time now, and he's been doing lots of education to get himself into a good position. He's done a bit of work with England Golf. He did his PGA program. He's an amateur still, but he's gone through lots of, for a young lad.
So had a lot of avenues and got a lot of experience for someone
his age,
relatively young in years, hasn't he?
Because and to know that that's what you want to do at that age, to be a golf manager and things like that, is really good.
Yeah.
But he he is putting his heart and soul into Old Fold Manor Golf Club.
Yeah.
And it's just, you can see it with him. He wants it to succeed. He wants it to be really good. He was fantastic around the members. The members seem to really like him. I think he's got a bit of abuse by the members for his performance on the channel. But great, fantastic.
I think it was good to obviously go up and see him in that environment.
Yeah.
And he's got a good working and social relationship, I think, with James, who also featured on the on the vlog. Nathan was driving him around, and they work quite closely together. I think he's sort of general manager, overseeing everything, isn't he? And doing the social side as well. So it was really good to see, to be honest. And he's going to be on the channel in a couple of weeks' time, isn't he?
He is. But what I will say is that another thing that is quite good, and I will put it in the description, and I've put it in the description of all the videos that have gone out for this week with Old Fold, is that Old Fold, and it's always great when golf clubs sort of embrace what we do, but Old Fold have given us a discount code where anybody who's watching the videos, anybody that gives out the discount code that is going to be in the description of this video, it'll be in the description of all the other videos that have gone out. If you use that, you can get a discounted rate if you go and play at Old Fold Manor yourself. So definitely a worthwhile trip. If you're in the North London area, or you live in that way, or you want just a couple of days away, then definitely look at Old Fold as an opportunity with a couple of your mates or your partner or whatever you want to do.
We stayed in a Premier Inn, didn't we?
We did,
there, and it wasn't particularly expensive, was it? So
no, and it was just a fantastic golf course, and I cannot wait to go back up there and see Nathan in the summertime, when obviously we've had a lot of rain when we played in that one. But I want to see that golf course in the height of the summer. Yeah. I want to see how that performs, because
for the course to look as good as it did and the greens to putt as well as they did. After we had, if you go back 3-4 weeks, when we had that sort of wet period where it didn't stop raining for sort of 4, 5, 6 days previously, and you can see the water on the golf course, but the greens were just well drained, pure, as quick as I putted on this year. So I'd like to see it in July, August. They'd be pretty scary, I think.
Yeah, absolutely would. But then this week we have been, or I've been out to France.
Yep.
And a very fantastic trip in the fact that the weather was superb. So we headed down to the Le Boule area, which is, and we stayed at which is, I know it's your favourite, but we stayed at La Bretache. And La Bretache is, well, it's everything French to me. It's got the castle.
Did it have French sandwiches? They do French sandwiches?
They did anything, the French sandwich, which is the Euro sandwich, which is
cheese and ham.
Correct.
Baguette.
Jambon fromage, baguette, please. That's kind of the sandwich that we eat when we go anywhere in Europe, basically.
It's like a European sandwich.
Euro sandwich. But it is, I honestly thought like I was a musketeer.
You do?
Yeah, I thought like we were the 3-4 musketeers that were D'Artagnan, because it was just everything old France, basically. And it was, the golf course was in tough condition, because they'd just done the greens, and it was a little bit difficult from that side of things, but that doesn't stop the fact of the golf course was absolutely spectacular. The accommodation, the food, everything. They laid out the red carpet for us. They really did, and we can't thank them enough for allowing us to go down and stay with them. It was superb. But we also played Le Boule International Barrière.
I've stayed there as well,
which is there's 2 courses there. Well, they've actually got 2 courses, a blue course and a red course, and then they've got a 9-hole course, which I didn't even know there was a 9-hole course until we played the 18th.
It's a good job you didn't, because you'd have had them all round that, wouldn't you?
If there was enough light, I would have gone round there as well. But we played the blue course, but I have played there in the past many years ago with Laura. We went on and played the red course a few years ago, and
you've got a bit of a radar, haven't you, for sniffing out and
golf courses,
for finding extra golf courses that we didn't know existed. If you go anywhere in the world, Dan will find an extra golf course that they didn't even know it was there. That
is not on the schedule, but we are playing. And then we went on to Saint-Jean-de-Man, which is, I know you've played it.
Yeah.
And it was just, again, amazing. Like, so unique in the way in which it's links, but then it moves into forest golf course in some ways, because I can't really. It's not a parkland.
No.
It's a linksy forest course, which is very, very similar to Pal's golf club out in Spain, which is somewhere near Catalonia.
It's so unusual, isn't it? It's the way.
So strange.
Yeah.
It's like if you go up a mountain when you go skiing. Okay, there is a point. And I'm sure someone will comment on exactly what that limit point is. Yeah. But you have these beautiful pine trees and like Christmas trees that you ski through. But when you go a little bit above that point, they don't really grow anymore.
No.
And it was almost like the land got to a point where it got so close to the sea that the trees just stopped growing. And then it was just pure links carried on. But it was San Juan de Man was absolutely superb. And Graham, who sends us on these trips, it's his favourite. It's one of his favourite courses.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And I can 100% see why.
Yeah.
Because there's no prisoners in and amongst the trees.
No.
It does not. If you are having a tough time, which poor old Jordan was having a little tough time that day.
It was nice that he got out and played though.
Yeah.
A lot of trips he doesn't get the opportunity. So no, it's nice that he got.
And it was one of those where ultimately I'm always trying to strive to get as we know, we're always trying to strive to get the best content we can, and having that person on camera ahead of the golf, shooting back at the golf course is a key ingredient to having the best content out there. But because of the amount of golf that's going on out there right now, and the weather was superb, and it was a Saturday, the golf course was very busy. So what I said to the guys is, look, we'll not do the cameras coming in. We'll cut the cameras down. We won't do as many, and therefore Jordan can play. So that's what we did. We went and played out in a 4-ball. Myself, my brother, James Pickard, and Jordan.
Brilliant. And that will mix up the content a little bit as well, rather than having freeway matches and stuff the whole time, which is quite nice to have a 4-ball in there as well. Which
was great. And so that should be coming out in a couple of weeks' time. Yeah. So we go Old Fold, then we straight into the French vlogs.
So you had a few days back, and we've had a little catch up, a couple of meetings. We've worked from your home, haven't we? You've got
home office.
Little office created, so we've been in there. Jordan's popped over for a couple of hours.
The kids have been floating around. You've been playing a bit of football.
Entertaining them, a bit of babysitting as well while you got the old lid trimmed.
Yeah,
we're going to see that. Are you going to reveal?
Should we reveal
It's nearly getting a skin fade in there.
Not
getting close. So we've been back, sort of exchanged a few ideas, etc. And you guys have gone out again to France, haven't you?
So as you are watching this, we're in France.
You are in France, yeah. So you got the overnight. So you travel out to Portsmouth.
Yep. Thursday night ferry. And then arriving early Friday in St Malo. St Malo. Yeah. You driving back across. And then we are going straight to Valandré.
Oh, nice.
Have you played Valandré?
I've played Valandré. I've played a lot of golf over there. I mean, when I was at Torquay as assistant, in sort of early 2000s through to like 2010-11.
Yeah.
I did about 7 or 8 trips with the Jeffrey boys, Pete Lewis, Powley, Stu Story, Chris Overton, all the members. We used to go down there, play different courses, stay in different locations. Did 10 days we used to do, so it was quite a long trip. I really enjoyed it, loved it down there.
But because it's so close to us, as in to get a ferry and to get and don't get me wrong, the ferries aren't really running from Plymouth at the moment for some reason. So, but to go straight up to Portsmouth, which is only a couple of hours, 2.5 hours, well, probably 3 hours actually the push, but sort of 2.5, 3 hours to get to Portsmouth, and then on the ferry across, overnight ferry. So you're not really thinking that you're travelling a great deal.
No.
It's just easy, and you just go to a different world. Really, it's not very far away, but you get amazing golf courses, which are generally quite quiet compared to UK courses, certainly, because golf isn't as busy in France.
Slightly better climate at the moment as well, because you're going slightly close to the equator, aren't you?
Yeah, well, so we did last week, but this week it's right on the tip of the coast, so it's right on the top, so it's as close to our climate as we're going to get, really.
Yeah.
But the food, the wine, the culture, it's just it's a million miles away from what we have, and to have it so close to us is probably why you've been so many times.
Yeah, it's easy to get to, isn't it? Relatively easy to get to. And,
absolutely is. So
ferry's quite good fun, isn't it? Unless you drink too much.
Which you did on our last trip.
I did, yeah.
Got a bit excited. You were like...
My first holiday for so long.
I know, but you were literally like the first day of a stag do.
Was I, yeah.
You know when you go out on the first night of the stag do and everyone ruins themselves because they're so excited that they're out.
I've been known to do that as well, to be honest.
Well, I've seen that as well.
Full stag do.
Yeah, correct.
Although
Full
I did manage both
one.
days, whereas others didn't.
Yeah, you did very well.
Yeah, thank you.
But so yeah, it's going to be a great trip. We are St Cast is the other course that we're playing, and then I can't remember the other one that we're playing at the moment. But yeah, so there's another one we're playing there. So
who's going?
Nathan.
Yeah, so Nathan from Old Fold, you'll see him again.
Nathan from Old Fold will be there. Jordan will be out there. He will be on camera on this trip because we've got James Urquhart.
Yes. So James was on the Mullion vlog. Correct. If anyone hasn't seen that, Dan will have that running along the ticket area.
Up here. I'll pop it up here, yeah. And then Lee Whitaker.
Newly turned golf professional.
Correct. So
is he playing off his French handicap?
I don't know. Well, so
he's got to play off scratch, hasn't he?
Oh, 100%. That's what happens when you turn pro. You don't get. There's no going back. Well, there is, but there's no going back at this stage for him. So
all off scratch then.
So yeah.
Scratch, isn't he?
So James is scratch. I'm scratch. Nathan's scratch. Lee Whitaker's now the newly turned professional is off scratch. So. Which is actually really interesting because obviously last time we went, he played off 4, didn't he?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? And he was doing the old French 4 handicap, which I don't know if he's going to try and pull that one out this year, this trip. That he's going to try and do a little.
This
is my French handicap 4. Thank you.
That was certificate.
So anyway, I'm looking forward to spending a few days with Lee because I haven't seen him for some time. We've all been very busy, and he's been extremely busy himself.
He was good company on the trip we went on.
Yeah, we had some fun with him. Didn't we? He was a little wobbly wheel on one of those nights.
Yeah, and then blamed it on the food.
And blamed it on the food.
Nothing to do with the 19 pints.
No, correct. Don't tell the wife.
No. I think she's seen it now.
So all happening, Bernie.
Yeah.
Anything else happening in the golf world?
I watched a bit of the ladies' golf.
Have you? This week so you will watch a bit of Steph in the in Dubai.
So they were playing on like night. Yeah,
night golf.
So it's all lit up. I know in the previous time that they attempted to play in the dark, the lighting was a little bit questionable on certain holes at certain times. There's a few complaints, but it looked pretty spectacular.
Did it?
So it's good to watch. It's just different, isn't it? It's something you don't see very often, which is brilliant. Well, you watched a bit of that.
There has been lots of comments talking about, could we get more involved with doing some ladies golf and this, that and the other and getting Laura involved, getting Sophie back involved and all those sorts of things.
So why don't we put a little appeal out? So if anybody as well, obviously we'd like to get Sophie and Laura and potentially Steph in the future involved. But if anybody knows anyone who's plays on one of the tours or is a good golfer or they've got a contact or a way in, then we would really like
100% we would
like to know who you know and who would want to come on the channel really more than anything.
But I've had some conversations only today.
Have you?
Which I can't reveal anything at the moment, but there is a potential that I will get involved with a little bit with some ladies tour stuff, which if that opportunity comes up,
I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed to.
Not at the moment.
No, I mean, generally I'm not allowed to. Banned from that sort of thing.
But yeah, so hopefully there will be some opportunities coming up in the future with some ladies golf as well. So I'm quite keen on hopefully that coming to fruition if it does in the next sort of few weeks. So
yeah, I do.
Watch out this space. It might be happening very soon, sooner than we thought. We'll see.
Big news as well. The clocks have changed, haven't they? We're in winter time now.
Has it gone back?
Saturday night.
Is it Saturday night?
Yeah.
Saturday night
Spring
into
forward
today.
And then go
is it
back?
Into today?
Yep.
Wow.
So you've lost an hour. We're back.
Is that what it is? You lose an hour,
yeah, because you spring forward. Yeah, right. So everyone's had 1 hour less sleep. So this is actually now 6 o'clock, really.
Oof, we do apologise. No wonder I feel so tired this morning.
That's right, you've lost that hour.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Oof. And it's Halloween as well.
And it's Halloween. Pumpkins everywhere.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Today's Halloween. So.
Today is Halloween and it's pumpkin time. The kids will be very happy.
Bit of pumpkin soup.
Well, I'm getting the ferry. I'll be getting the ferry back tonight.
Yeah.
This afternoon. So I'm getting this afternoon ferry back. I'll be arriving back into Portsmouth about 9:30.
Anything else?
Well, I don't think there's anything else that we need to report about today.
Do we not?
I think we've done a lot of waffling.
We do waffle quite a lot.
I would like to just raise a glass or a cup to your mum. And thank her for...
Thanks, Mum.
Thanks, Jane, for allowing us to use the...
She watches, she's a massive fan of the channel.
Yeah, well... Yeah.
Big fan.
She's been a big fan of us for a long, long time, hasn't she?
One of her only
She kind of looked after us for a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, everybody, thank you very much for watching the Sunday Morning Show. Lester, thank you very much. And we will see everybody again next week.
See you next week.
See you next Sunday.